everyone, welcome to SpinPro17.com and the SpinPro Matrix Calculator. Today we're going to shoot you a quick video on probably, if not the best, RNG roulette strategy out there on the planet. This thing is a truly amazing and remarkable strategy. It is an absolute moneymaker, and we are 100% sure you are going to make a profit every day. And of course, depending on the length of your play, it's going to determine how much you're going to make. The good thing about this is you don't have to have a huge bankroll. If you're playing with $1 units, I think more the better. You should have, at least 300 or 400 bucks. But if you're going to be playing with less than $1 units, $200 is sufficient enough. Without further ado, let's jump right in. There's a couple of things we want to show you real quick. And it's first, let's go to the matrix calculator so you can understand exactly how that's used, and with this strategy, how it will help you. Okay, so we're going to take a quick minute to show you with the SpinPro 17 matrix calculator. Here's what you're going to do. Okay, there's a couple of things you cannot do because it's going to hurt you. So this is what you will do or should do. In the payouts column, you're going to put 5 as your odds. Okay, your payout is going to be 5-1. That's what you're going to put here. In the bankroll column, you're going to put your units. So each dollar or coin, if it's 50 cents or 25 cents, represents a unit. So if you have 1,000 50-cent coins or chips, okay, that's 1,000 units, it's only $500. If you are going to be playing with $200, it is actually 400 units because you have 450 cent chips. If it's $300, it's actually 300 units, right? So for this demonstration, we're going to put in 1,000 units, which is going to represent $1,000 because the casino we're using for this demonstration only allows $1 minimum bets. That's one. The next thing is when you get a spin number, you're going to put it in here. In other words, let's say we put in the number 1. What you're not going to do is do not write these matrix numbers down. Why? Because they change. And you're gonna, when you get have a win, you're gonna put in a new spin number. When you don't, you're gonna see the strategy that we have, which is gonna be using, every 2 numbers, and you're gonna split the streets. So it's 13 and 34, then 34, 25, 6, 27, 27, 17, and so on. We're gonna show you that. But do not write these numbers down. Some people think that they can cheat us or themselves by doing that. You're only gonna beat yourselves because this is based on algorithms off the wheel. And the reason why we say don't write it down is because, look, if I was to look at these numbers. 13, 34, 25 is the first 3 numbers, okay? All of it is going to change. I put in the number 1, look at what happens. That all changes. If I was to put number 1 again, it's going to change again. There's a bazillion combinations, okay? You have 17. Well, let's put in the number 24. Let's just see what happens here, okay? So you have 35, 5, 1, and 24. Put in 24. You may have, look, 33, 5, and 6. So don't do that. What you need to pay attention to is you're always going to use 2 units. 2 units. That's it. Every bet is going to be 2 units. Well, I shouldn't say 2 units. It's going to be 2 bets. I take that back. It's going to be 2 bets, and it depends on how much units this is going to ask for. Again, we ask you do not write these units down. Why? Because based on what happens in your previous spin, that will dictate how many units you're going to use for the next spin. Now, let's say you happen to have a loss here. You're going to put an L. Now, let's say you put in 2 bets again. It says 1 more unit. Okay, let's say you had a loss again. Now it says 2 bets again. It happens to say 2 units. If you happen to have a win, you're going to use the word W. You're going to click here. And now you're going to reset the calculator, but now carry your current bankroll up here. Now, notice this was 1, 1, and 2. Okay, let's look at this. We're going to take 1,004, put in the 5-1 odds. Okay, 1,004. And you start off again with your next, en route or en route to whatever your target is, whether it be $10 or $12 or $15 or $20 per your session. Now, let's just say, I'm going to put in number 1 again. Okay, let's say you had 2 units here. Okay, and you won. Obviously, or actually, yeah, let's say you lost is what I want to say. And then here, and now you've won. Obviously, your next bet's not going to be, if you put in 2, this is saying 2, but is because you never reset the calculator. So your next bet is not going to be 2 units because you already had a win. And you're going to obviously reset and put the current bankroll in here. Now, the thing about it is, whenever what we should recommend is try to make a target of 10 units or more. Okay. And remember that 10 units depends on what you're playing, right? If you're using 25 cents, 10 units is only $2.50 profit. Okay. If you're using 50 cents, well, it's a $5 profit. And if you're using a dollar um, uh, unit value, then obviously 10 units is $10. So what you make per day depends on what your chip value is, how often you play, okay, and your bankroll. It's better to have more of a bankroll than to play with scared money, because if you happen to have a few misses, your progression is not going to be high. That's a good thing. But still, you don't want to be scared saying, well, if I lose the next 2 spins, I wouldn't have enough. Make sure you have the proper bankroll to be able to cover it. I'm just going to jump right into the video and just show you exactly now. We're going to be splitting streets using the two numbers. Okay, so let's get right into this. You should have no problem. You'll understand exactly what's going on. Okay, so we're going to put in the odds of 5 to 1, and we're going to put in a bankroll of 1,000 units because that's what we're using. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do is, first we're going to free spin. We're going to get a number. Now remember, as we said, there are 3 blocks from 1 to 12, 2 to 12, 3 and 12. Never leave the block. Inside the block, there are 2 separate blocks of 6. In this case, here and here and here and here, here and here. Okay, so whatever your number is on your sequence of numbers, you're going to be splitting your numbers and stay within the corresponding block. Okay, so this happens to be 11, so we're going to put the 11 in here. Okay, we already set the bankroll, and as you can see, in this case, we have 1,000 units because it's $1,000 bankroll. Okay, so 11, and the numbers 4, 6, 8, 33, 22, and 35 came up. Now, here's a very good thing that happened, and I'm glad it happened the first time. Okay, you're always going to be having 2 bets. Depends on the units now. It's going to ask for 1 unit each on each of the 2 bets. In this specific example, 4 and 6 is your first 2 numbers. But here's the funny thing. 4 is in this block, which we did. 6 is also in this block. So you're going to skip over that 6, and it's going to be 4 and 8. But don't forget about that 6, okay? It's 4 and 8. If you win, then it's okay. But if you don't, now here we're going to spin, okay? If you don't, then you're going to carry the 6 and 8. But we'll see, okay? So you had a miss, and that's what we're looking for. So now you're going to put an L, because you lost. Now it's going to be 2 units. This is what we're looking at. You did 4 and 6. Now you're going to do 6 and 8. Very easy. Okay? 6 and 8. And we know it's only 1 unit because it said that right here. It says 1 unit. Okay? And for those of you who have a fast mode on your casino, this is going to go whisper fast. You're going to have no issues. Okay? It's going to be a lot quicker, and you're going to make your money in a shorter period of time. So what we're looking for, because we're playing with dollar units, okay, we're looking for 10 units or more, and we're going to take a break and do that throughout the day. Like, if you want to play for a whole entire hour, you can, once you have 10 units or more, log out, take a break of 5 minutes, come back, same thing. And after you capped off your hour, whatever your profit is, whether it be $50, $80, $100 for the hour, whatever, take an hour off. There's no reason you're not going to make a few $100s a day. That we know. Okay, but it's how often you play. If you're playing with 50 cents, obviously 10 units is only $5. And that all depends on your bankroll. Then you take your break and so on. Okay, so in this case, number 17 came. Okay, so you had a miss here. No problem. We're showing you the drawdown. Okay, so it's going to be 2 units. And it's going to be now, you did 4, 6, you did 6, 8. Sorry, actually you did 4, 8, then 6, 8, because you had bypassed that 6 in the same row, same block. Now it's going to be 8 and 33, but it's asking for 2 units. So you're going to do 8 and 33 and 2 units. Okay. This is a pretty much win all day thing. Okay, strategy. Just have to sit back and just wait. Okay, so here's you had a hit here. Okay, so you're $4 ahead. No problem. So you're going to put it in here. Okay, you click W, so you're at 1,004. No problem. Put this in. Put in 1,004. And now you're going to put in, look, the number 7 just came in, right? So you're going to put 7 in here. and your numbers are 30 and 11. 2 bets, okay? 30 and 11. So you got 11 here and 30 here. Okay, spin away. Again, depends on what your chip value is. You can make some money pretty quickly with this. Okay, so your next bet's going to be 11 and 10. Interesting. They're both in the same. This is not always going to happen, by the way. This is like, I don't know, 20% of the time that can happen. 10 and 11 is in the same spot. So what you're going to do is you're going to skip over the 10. So it's going to be 11 and 36. Okay, so 11 and 36. All right. And once you skip over that, you go and see what happens. Okay, 25 came, not a problem. So here's the same situation again. Okay, you skipped over that 10, remember, so it's going to be 10 and 36, but it's asking for 2 units. Okay, so 2 here and 2 here. And you go. Okay, 23 came, didn't have it. Again, you're going to make a profit no matter what. We're not worried. I just want to show you a little bit about the drawdown. Okay, so you just did a 10 and 36. Now you're going to do 36 and 8. And it so happens, and it's obviously 3 units it's asking for. It so happens that happens to be in the same place. Okay, if you notice, 36 and 8. Okay, 36 is here, 8 happens to be here. So you don't have to move anything, although you could clear it and just do it. And it's 3 units. Okay. In many cases, and I have to say over 50% of the time, you're going to hit in your first 1 or 2 spins. And in some cases, it might take a few spins, but you're still making the money. Okay, so you're at $8 ahead. The last number was the number 8. Okay, it would have hit dead on. Okay, so we're going to put a win here. Okay, and we'll show you once and for all. We're going to make our target. And, you know, most people who are doing this, they take a break. Number 8 is your number. And they come back in. Okay, so 2 bets. There you go. 29 and 26. 1 and 1. 29 and 26 happens to be in the same block. So you're going to skip over the 26 and it's going to be 29 and 2. I mean, this is a no-brainer that we're going to break the $10 target or 10 unit target, right? So you had a miss here. And let's see, hopefully this will do the trick. So you remember you skipped over the 26 and you went 29 and 2. So now it's going to be 26 and 2, still asking for 1 unit. So you could just pretty much rebet, right? Because the 26 and the 29 were in the same box. So there you go. 15. All right. So now it changes over. Now you're going to be 2 and 10 with 2 units. Okay. The whole key here, folks, is to make a profit. To make a profit every half hour that you play, or every hour, and to make a lucrative profit every day. Okay, so you had a miss here. Okay, it's going to be 10 and 20 and asking for 3 units. 1, 2, 3, and 20. I'm looking for a drawdown here. I always, you know, I say, okay, it's great. You just hit my first or second spin. I like to have a drawdown so people can see there's no reason to be afraid. Okay, none whatsoever. Your bankroll is not getting slammed. Okay, so now it's going to be from 10 20, it's going to be 20 and 13. Okay, I want a drawdown so you can see if you don't cover the numbers to the end, what happens. So it's 4 units, and it's going to be 20 and 13. 20 and 13 is in this block. Okay, it's 4 units. And going to be all right in due time. Okay, 32. So now we have accomplished what I wanted to show in this part of the video. So you happen to go through 20 and 13, didn't happen. Okay, and a lot of times you'll end up, it wouldn't have been 20 and 13, it would have been probably 13 and 29. But because you had to skip over this number, and there were sessions here that you had multiple, you know, numbers in the same block, that's why you ended up like this. So in this case, your next bet's going to be 6 units, but it's going to be 13 and 29. Okay, so here you go, 13 and 29. Okay, no pressure, folks. You have the bankroll, you have the time, you have the determination, you should have no problems. You're going to be fine. Okay, all right. So I'm trying to go through the cycle here with you. Okay, now it says 9 units. So remember you just did 13 and 29? Now you're going to do 26 and 2. Remember when we first started? Okay, you were at 29, you skipped over 26. So now you see the difference? So you went from 13 to 29. There's no skipping over here. Now it's going to be, in this case, okay, and you can rebet, you can see, okay, now you have 29 and 26. So the skipping continues because of this, the way the sequence of numbers is. Okay, so 29, and you're going to skip over, and it's going to be 29 and 2 with a $9 bet. I'm not the least bit worried about making a profit because I am going to. Okay, and my bankroll is not going to get scorched. I'm just showing you when this happens how you can actually manipulate what you're going to do. Okay. Okay, so here we go. I think by now we should be able to click. So it's going to be 26 and 2 and it's a $14 unit. Okay. So now you see you're not spending a lot of money. Okay, it's only a $28 bet. Sometimes when a person is playing by this time, playing roulette, they're out half their bankroll already. I wouldn't be worried. Okay, I'm looking for a drawdown. Okay, so we're going to be 2 and 10 with a $21 unit. Okay, 2 and 10 with a $21 unit. One here, spent $42. Now, this is why I'm telling you have the proper bankroll so you're not playing with scared money. Okay? I'm the least bit worried, but if a person had only $200 and they're playing with $1 base bets, they'd be like, okay, I'm down 100. I'm at 112. I'm not worried. Okay? So I've made my profit, $12. Yes, it took a little bit long, but you're averaging this within 10 minutes anyway. If you look at the session time, look, it's only been 11 minutes. Okay? I've made 12 bucks. I'm literally going to make, if I wanted to, 100 bucks in an hour. And you say, how do you do the math? Well, $10, take a break every 10 minutes, take 5 minutes, come back. You know, you're going to have sessions in between. That puts you at about $60 an hour, but you're going to have sessions that you're going to hit quick. Okay? And we're going to show you that right now. Okay, so I'm going to free spin here. I'm just going to put one on red, one on black. Anytime I have made my targets, I log out and log back in. Some people, their casinos doesn't allow the numbers to change. So what I do is sometimes I just go in there. If I don't want to log out, I just force the wheel 1 or 2 times, and I'm just doing it one more time. Okay. And no 2 sessions are the same. So you'll see there's a difference here now. So let's put in our bankroll, which is 1,012. Okay. So we're going to put it in here, and this should be a lot quicker, and hopefully there's no duplicates, so you can actually see it happens a lot quicker. Okay, your number is 20. Let's see if it's going to be quicker here. Okay, well, there we go again. There happens to be a duplicate here. It probably won't be the next time, but so it's 4, 6, and if you notice, we have to skip over that 6 because it's in the same box, and 35. Okay, so 4 is here, 35. We're at 1,012, right? So I just want to make 10 bucks, which puts me at 1,022. I mean, if I made 1,021, I'm not going to fight it for 12 bucks. Okay, here we go. And we're going to do, now it's going to be 6 and 35, right? As far as I see, I mean, all day, you're going to have misses here and there, but you're just going to keep making a profit every half hour. Okay, every 10 minutes, actually. Okay, so there's your 6. Okay, so you're at 1,014. So you're going to reset by hitting win. Okay, and you got 5,014. And what's that number? 33. Here you go. Put that in. Your number is now 36 and 30. So now you can see there's no sequence in the back here, in the front here, that are in the same block, but maybe in the back, but it depends. We'll have to see how when we get there. So it's 30 and 36, right? 1 unit. 36 and 30. I know it's 1 unit because I'm going to put this in, and it says 1 unit here. Okay. There you go. hit already. So I'm at 1,018. The number was 35. There you go. 1,018. You have all the time in the world to make the money you want. Okay. The number was 35. We're going to put that in here. And it's asking for 6 and 25. So it looks like there is nothing here that's in the same, that you don't have to skip over now. Okay. So 6 and 25. Let's run through this real quick. And you'll see, going to make my target. And for those of you who work for $20 or $25 an entire hour at your job, I'm not going to take that long of time to make the same money. I'm at 1,022. If you notice, I've been playing for how many minutes? 14 minutes. There we go. 14 minutes. Okay. So in 14 minutes, as opposed to somebody having to do their job, whatever job that is, okay, if it's working at a desk or in a factory or, you know, outside, you have to work for that entire hour before you get a break, if you do get a break in the hour, for $20 or $22 an hour or $25 an hour. I've made the 22 in 14 minutes. What would I do? I would now put that in here. I'm at 1,022. Easy. I've never tested my bankroll. This bankroll has never, gone to $300 loss, and because I'm playing with $1 chips. Remember that too, right? So if I was to take a 5-minute break and I come back and in the next 10 minutes I do the same thing, or 15 minutes or whatever, I made another 22, then theoretically in a half hour's worth of play, I've made $44. Okay, I could make 50. Now, when you get to an hour, so what? You're talking about $70, $80 an hour or even more. Even if it was $50 an hour, you're in the comfort of your home. You played 5 hours a day, that's $250 a day. That's some serious money. Okay, you're talking about $70,000 a year. Now, one of the good things is we have a money management target schedule that we have on our website. So when you go to the website, okay, www.spinpro17.com, sign up, become a member, you would see it says daily targets. Once you click on the daily targets, it actually gives you a target to make for the entire day, which is very low. Okay, I think with $500 bankroll, if you make your targets, first day is $40, second day it's 41, and so on. I think like your 10th day it might be like only 60 that you have to make. But in 30 days, you know what you're walking away with? Your 500 plus another $1,600 profit. For what? I would with the target schedule, I think you're spending an hour a day on your computer and you're pulling in $1,600 a month plus your bankroll. That's pretty good money, okay, for an hour's work a day. All right, so you're basically working, for no kind of time that you're putting out there. I hope this video has been informative, and again, just stay with this format because no matter what, as you can see in the last couple of sessions, we didn't have any kind of drawdowns. Okay, but I wanted you to see the drawdown so you will see. Just have the proper bankroll. And you know what I honestly say to everyone? It makes sense if you're going to go into this, treat it as a business. Why not just put $300 in there if you're going to be playing with less than $1 increments? So if your casino allows you to play with 50 cents or less, 300 is fine. If you're going to be playing with $1 increments, dollar units, then 500 is fine. Of course, if you had 1,000, even better. But 500 is fine for $1 or more. Anything less than that, you can get away with 300. Okay, if you're going to be playing with 25 cents or 10 cents, 200 is fine. But you should not be anything less than 200 and anything less than 500 if you're playing with, or 300 with 50-cent coins. But certainly, if it's $1, you should be at $500 in your bankroll. Okay, once again, thank you for watching this video and hope to see you soon because there's a lot of customers who are actually emailing us and telling us they're having much more fun now, less pressure, they're making their money. All right, good luck. And once again, SpinPro17.com. Come in and get your strategy. This is probably the if not the best RNG roulette strategy out there. Take care.